If it's Sunday, it must be time for another long overdue movie review. Party people in the place to be. What's going on? It's me. Yeah, you already heard that part. We're doing Cradle to the Grave. This one comes all the way to us from damn near 20 years ago, apparently. Jet Li and DMX. Do you not remember this movie? Of course you remember this movie. How could you not remember this movie? Star-studded names like Anthony Anderson, Tom Arnold, Gabrielle Union, the other guy, DMX, Jet Li, that chick from Hawaii 5-0, Kelly Who. And was she 5-0? She was in Nash Bridges, I think, and a couple other TV things. Always playing the stereotypical Asian chick in the early 2000s. That other dude, that other guy that you've seen in stuff before, and guest starring Chuck Lindell and Tito Ortiz. Okay, uh, that's this movie. This movie really, 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 really wants to be Fast and Furious. It really does. Eh, eh. It doesn't quite get there. It's so non-spoiler section. It's sort of a mix of realities, if that makes any sense. A mix of not genres, but sort of, you're building this world, and they don't quite. I've said this before. They don't quite build the world as well or as cohesively or on time as they need to, in order to get that across. And also, there's some stuff missing. Mostly any kind of heart or a lot of humanity. They try to cram some in with Tom Arnold and Anthony Anderson, but and also there are definitely times where you're thinking, there's no way that person, even in this fantastical world, there's no way that person is doing that. So we're getting to that after I take my sip before we dip into spoiler territory. Oh yeah, baby. Okay, so as I mentioned, this movie really wants to be Fast and the Furious. Um, it's just stupid, blow 'em up, car chases all over the place. It's stupid action. It's a stupid action movie for an hour and 40 minutes, and to its credit, it feels much breezier than that. It feels much faster than 100-minute mark. We've got DMX as a jewel thief who is set to DMX and his crew. His crew consisting of Gabrielle Union, Anthony Anderson, and some other bald black dude who disappeared. You probably never heard of him or seen him ever again after this. And they're jewel thieves, and they're set to steal a specific jewel, some black diamonds from this big bank. And it starts with Gabrielle Union trying to come in and flirt with the guard, but she finds out that the guard is gay because he's looking at a gay lingerie magazine in the middle of his job at this big company, with business people running around in the middle of the day in broad daylight in Detroit, in downtown Los Angeles, and like it's a high end building. Listen, you ain't looking at that shit in that kind of environment in broad daylight on the day shift. You understand what I'm saying? Like I did. Listen, you know where you're looking at that? There was an old job I had, NRT. I'll fucking shout them out because fuck them. NRT. I was a shack guard with a couple other ones, and basically we were just logging trailers in and out. That there, yes, I saw porn lying around at that job, broad daylight. But that's because the supervisors, fuck them. They were assholes and fucking anyway. They were assholes. They were assholes. This ghetto little joint in Compton. That's where you'll find porn hanging around in a guard shack in broad daylight. Not in a high-end ass building like this. You can, I guarantee, especially in 2002, 2003, maybe you can get away with a Sports Illustrated. Maybe you can get away with a book. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, you're certainly not doing that. But anyway, she sees a gay lingerie magazine there, and she sends Anthony Anderson in, and he does the stereotypical gay thing. And this is another part. The guys that he was looking at, totally not Anthony Anderson. He's a white. The guard was a white guy. The guys he was looking at were white guys. The guard's buff. The guys he was looking at was buff. Anthony Anderson in 2002 was neither white nor buff. Not probably not his type. Maybe he's into a whole bunch of different type of people, but that's not exactly that part of the plan could have gone wrong too. Anyway, he's basically there to be the diversion while DMX and the other dudes steal these black diamonds that they're contracted to steal. The police get called somehow. Jet Li calls them, gets their number again by magic, and says, "Hey, your boss betrayed you. Leave the stones. You know which ones I'm talking about." He says, "Can't do that." DMX runs off. Big chase down the train tracks. Second time we're in the train tracks. First time they were trying to get to the destination. This time they're trying to escape the destination. Cops everywhere. DMX and Gabrielle Union are on top of the train. The other black dude's getting his ass kicked by Jet Li in the train tunnel. Yada, yada, yada. Yes, they got betrayed. And DMX is trying to get rid of these stones, but he's trying to sell them. People are trying to jack them from him. He's trying to sell them. He's like, I'm a businessman. He's trying to sell them. And early on, we established that there's a no gun policy with this crew of thieves. So he's trying to sell them. Nobody wants to sell them. He and Jet Li are in a back alley somewhere with these other guys that are trying to take the stones from him. This is where I completely not lose it with the movie, but this is where I realize, it wants to be this kind of movie. And it took them this long to get to this kind of movie. Like, all the action stuff, all the stupid popcorn action stuff, okay, fine. But in this alley, Jet Li and DMX are fighting these other couple of guys, and they look to each other and like, all right, I guess we're teaming up now. And they team up. They break this gate that's holding this guard dog randomly for no reason in this alley. And the guard dog jumps out and goes towards DMX. DMX then... What action figure do I have that can display this? Venkman, come here. DMX then. This is DMX. Get Winston. Yeah, Winston. Yeah, show Winston some love. DMX. This is DMX. So DMX, this is a wall that he's running towards. DMX runs towards this wall. There's a dog behind him. DMX is running towards this wall, and he does the flip up the wall. Not just the regular 1-2 flip and turn up the wall, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, then flip up the wall, and the dog does the same. All right. Oh, they want to be a cartoon. They don't want to just be a big dumb movie that has action and shit. They want to be a cartoon. Oh, but only sometimes, because we don't see another bit of action like that for another maybe 20 minutes. All the other action we're seeing is relatively within the scope of, okay, some semblance of realism, but we still know that it's a dumb movie, right? But then we get another thing. Jet Li is in a cage fight. They're trying to find this ring that's going to get them to the guy that gets them to the other guy, that gets them to the other guy. Tom R takes him to this underground fight thing. He's in a cage, and he ends up knocking down one of the sides of the cage on top of the audience and uses the cage to bounce off of it and do all these different stupid death-defying things with the cage. This is the cage where Tito Ortiz and Chuck Liddell were having a fight earlier, but not their names. It was just them having the fight. And he's bouncing up and down, and he's got to fight all these other fighters who are trying to fight him because he doesn't want to fight, and he's bouncing up and down. He's bouncing up and down, and this other guy, this black dude's like, oh, he's gonna bounce up and down. I'll bounce up and down too. So he bounces on the thing. Jet Li bounces on Jet Li bounces. The black dude comes and he springboards. He gets kicked all the way to the other side and into a bar somewhere. This movie, the consistency. It's the consistency. The consistency for me. If this just want to be a stupid, dumb movie that just flashed by in 90 minutes, fine. Flash by in 90 minutes and be done with it. But this is a stupid movie that wants to be a cartoon, but also kind of wants to be serious. Because somewhere along the way, DMX's daughter, who I looked it up, I'm like, she looks familiar. Played by the little girl who was Chris's girlfriend or crush/girlfriend, and Everybody Hates Chris, right? So she's kidnapped by the crew, led by the guy you've seen in other shit and Kelly, who have or try to take or somehow obtain the black diamonds for nuclear purposes. They want to sell it to arms dealers, and this is where they really get into stupid cartoony shit. Some more, because they got this like reactor with like these green laser lights, and it's supposed to show how powerful these diamonds are. These diamonds harness this sort of weird nuclear power in them. And they've got these arms dealers there, and they're showing the arms dealers how they work, and they're like, Hiroshima, 2 Hiroshimas, new world order, and everybody's wearing these stupid fucking atom bomb goggles as they watch the laser light show. As they watch the laser light show, supposed to demonstrate the power, and they're falling over each other, trying to outbid each other for these most powerful nukes of all time that are in the thing of diamonds, and they're like $10 million for 10 stones, $25 million for 10 stones. It's one of these weird stupid things. It's like, well, with a power like that, why don't these guys that stole it just keep it? And then they could be the most powerful fuckers in the world. Like, why are they selling it to these arms dealers? Like, why don't they just have it? They could be the most powerful people in the world, and then demand whatever price they want, or just not have a price at all. Just say, hey, I've got a nuke here. Just give me anything and everything I want. Like, what are they? So it's dumb. It's really stupid. It's really dumb. It's really dumb. And they're all around the reactor. Like, yes. And you can see the bright. That's where it becomes Joel Schumacher Batman shit. Where they got the stupid touch angles and everything too. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Oh my god. Gabrielle Union's in this. She's hot, of course, but there's no other reason for her to be there other than she's the hot chick. You've got two bits of comic relief in Tom Arnold and Anthony Anderson, and bloody hell, they're only there for comic relief. Like, the characters do stuff. Like, Tom Arnold gets Jet Li into the backyard fighting, and Anthony Anderson is the diversion guy. He's a diversion guy because he's funny, but it's dumb. It's so these stupid dumb. If it just wanted to be a stupid chase movie, then fine. But it also wanted to be a stupid chase movie in a cartoon. And it came out 2 years after Fast and the Furious. So it was a combination of Fast and Furious and Rush Hour? Because you got Jet Li and DMX as buddy cops for a bit of it. Although not really. This is another thing that they do. So they split off. So like they start off on the road together, and then they split off, and then they all come back together. Then they split off again, and they all come back together. When they split off, you get 2, 3, maybe even 4 chase/fight/Armageddon scenes every time they do this. Like, you have Jet Li in the fight pit, as well as DMX getting chased by the cops and the guys he stole an ATV from on their dirt bikes on the ATV, jumping off rooftops and through buildings. Huh? and at the same time, you got Gabrielle Union holed up in a room somewhere, and she's trying to get something from somebody, and the little girl's in the van, and she's fighting. She you know what? She was good. She did everything she was supposed to do as a character. She wasn't just sitting there waiting, like she was fighting back, stuff like that. Good for her, and you believed her. She was really good. She was really good in that role. If there's one standout performance here, it's the little girl, Vanessa, who is her character's name, who goes on to play Chris's crush on Everybody Hates Chris. Great performance on her part. Oh my god. So another bit of stupidity is in some of these fight scenes and some of these more choreographed things, it's like, listen, I understand that if you put a dog on a leash, that dog's gonna bite. And someone once said, if you put a dog in a ring, the dog's gonna fight. But I don't believe that the dog at all in this universe had the wherewithal, the forethought, let's face it, if I'm gonna be honest, the intelligence to do some of the shit he did in some of these fights. Or really to organize a high-tech crew, almost Ocean's 11 style crew like this. His name is Trait. So Trait's him, the other dude, Gabriel Union, Anthony, 4? I don't believe that. I don't believe that. For this high-tech, I don't believe that. He's a heavy. DMX is a heavy. He ain't the leader of the gang. He's a heavy. He's the leader of the gang because he's DMX, and everybody in 2003 knew who DMX is. X gon' give it to you, which plays in this movie, of course, because why wouldn't it? That's the other standout, is the music. It starts with an Eminem track, which I've actually heard before a couple months ago, stumbled across it. Him and DMX, good music. X gon' give it to you, a couple other songs in there. Good music. So you got the good music, and you got the little girl who plays the daughter. She does a good job. Everything else, oh my. Oh my. Oh my. But is this movie offensive? Is this movie really, really terrible? Is it just offensive on 87 different levels and just the worst thing I've ever seen in my life? No. It misses the mark, and admittedly, it's a very low mark that it was trying to hit. It wasn't exactly trying to go for a bullseye here. We ain't exactly talking about, Lethal Weapon level quality here. We're talking about Fast and the Furious level quality, and really later Fast and the Furious level quality, which is weird because this came out like really only after like the first one, maybe the second one, but it's really going for like F9, Fine, Fate, Feven, Fix, 5, 4. It's really going after those type quality. But it misses because it doesn't. The tone is just inconsistent. It's the tone is inconsistent. You have the crouching tiger, hidden dragon effects in a lot of the fight scenes, but in this world that's supposed to be relatively realistic. Oh, and at the end, Jet Li jams a magic cyanide pill down this dude's throat, and his whole face and throat lights up and explodes. What? 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 This movie's dumb. This movie's dumb. Oh, this movie is so stupid. It's so stupid. Did I have fun with it, though? I had a little fun making fun of it. I had a little fun looking at it, and this movie is dumb. This movie is stupid. Out of $15. But here's the problem. Again, we're talking about tone and we're talking about consistency. The problem is the tone and consistency. If it had been that stupid all the way through, you'd have a winner here. If it hadn't been that stupid all the way through, you'd have something that relatively passes. This one is a little choppy in its consistency. So, out of $15, Cradle to the Grave is worth, I'm going to say 5. Say 5 out of 15. Like if it just been a little bit, 5 out of 15 is about right because it's you can throw it on for an out for 100 minutes and not care one way or the other. You can do 8 million other things while you're watching it and not really miss anything. The fight scenes is really kind of dumb. Everything about it is kind of stupid, but it's not offensively stupid. It's not like super offensively fuck this movie stupid. It's meh. It should have picked a lane. It should have either been really stupid and cartoony or relatively grounded, but it was inconsistent. So yeah, 5 out of 15 seems about right. Party people, I need you to tell me how correct I am, because I am. You can do that down there in the comments section. I need you to like. I need you to share. You can subscribe to what you like, and you can do some share. I believe you can sub share. Sub share. I don't care. That's an unfortunate rhyme, but still. I have a podcast with my homeboy Trey. Comes out every Thursday. It's called the How Do We Even Get Here podcast. Links are in the description. Go find it. It's your new favorite podcast. You haven't heard it yet? I already know. It's your new favorite podcast. And in the meantime, the in-between time, cheers.
I'm a nice guy from a nice place with a nice smile on my nice face. Turn your back and I'm making sure my night's straight. And when you're out of town, I be making sure your wife's straight.